Every age of humanity has reshaped the map, from memory paths being carved on cave walls to the satellite drawing the Earth in real time. Hold on, I'm starting something and I want you to be an integral part of it. As long as we as humans have existed, we have lived through some remarkable ages, and some of these ages include the Stone Age, the Bronze Age, the Discovery Age, the Industrial Age, and even the age we are currently living at now, which is the age of intelligence. But here's a question that most persons never really ask. How did the people of old navigate their world even when maps never really was in existence? To answer that question, we have to move back to the very beginning where it all started. The Stone Age. This was before paper and before the map even existed. During this era, there was no compasses, there was no charts, and there was simply no paper. However, humans moved across continents. It was simple. Parts were carved on cave walls and symbols were inscribed on stones. Now, these symbols simply represented rivers, mountains, and even hunting grounds. However, the most striking of it all was that memory was the number one thing. Storytelling was another, because entire art was memorized through storytelling. And basically, at this point in human history, navigation was at its core human, because human then relied basically on natural resource or natural occurring phenomenon to navigate their routes, and memory-based stories to move through from one place to another. With civilization rising came the Bronze Age. Now, during this Bronze Age, there was a need for us to level up our game, and it was at this Bronze Age that the world had its first recorded documented map, a map that is dated far back as 600 BC. It's called the Babylonian Imangu Mundi. Other maps that existed during this phase was maps such as the Egyptian papyrus and the China bone maps. And during this period of time was when cartography was created. Cartography in simple terms simply means map making. And while navigation was still at its peak natural, during the close ending of this era or this age was when Chinese started developing basic compasses. While the Bronze Age recorded a shift, many centuries later came the Discovery Age, and this age recorded the greatest explosion of map making in human history, because it was during this era that maps such as the Ptolemy's world map, a map that was crafted out from the ancient Greek knowledge of the world at its time, was in existence. Other famous maps include the Portolan chart that was used in the sea between the 13th century and the 16th century. And then we had Mercator projection, which in some maps today is still in use. In this age and era, navigation evolved with tools such as astrolabe, sextant, and magnetic compass. For the first time in human history, explorers traveled the oceans with great confidence. It was this age that connected continents, and this redrew the entire world. And then came the age of machines, steam, and electricity. In a nutshell, this was the industrial age, and it was at this point in time that the need for maps to be standardized and precise came into being. The industrial age gave rise to maps such as the Ordnance Survey map, railway and industrial route maps, including maps that were used for urban and city planning. They include urban planning and architectural maps. And it was during this time that paper was, in existence. And as a result of this, maps were produced in mass quantity. And for the first time in humanity history, everybody could see the world from a unified point of view. With every of the respective ages came a new shift in the way mapping was done and the way navigation was done as a whole. But the greatest of them all came along with the computer age. Now, the computer age is not just an age of information alone, it's a fusion, a blend between information and intelligence. And it's at this point in time that we can say maps are becoming alive. Because it is in this era that we have satellite imagery, smartphone with instant geolocators, real-time traffic and environmental overlay, including GPS navigation systems. In today's world, maps are living systems. They are updated practically every second. And with artificial intelligence, they are no longer just becoming informational, but intelligent, predictive, adaptive, and even personalized. The map is no longer just a tool, it's a thinking companion right in your pocket. If you love this video, please comment I love maps, like, share, and follow for more. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.